Hidden beneath the rolling hills of southeastern Turkey lies one of the most astonishing archaeological discoveries of the 20th century, Göbekli Tepe. First unearthed in the 1990s, this site is unlike anything archaeologists had seen before. Massive stone pillars, some over 5 meters tall and weighing up to 10 tons, were carved and arranged into circular enclosures. Their surfaces are covered in intricate reliefs of animals, abstract symbols, and strange humanoid forms. What makes this place even more extraordinary is its age, over 11,000 years old, built at a time when, according to the textbooks, humans were still hunter-gatherers, just barely transitioning into settled life. And yet, here it is, a vast ceremonial complex that predates Stonehenge by 6,000 years. It predates the wheel, metallurgy, writing, and agriculture as we understand it. So the question is simple: who built it? Mainstream archaeology insists that Göbekli Tepe was built by early Neolithic societies, using nothing but stone tools and raw human effort. But as more layers are uncovered, that theory becomes harder to maintain. The scale of the site, the precision of its carvings, and the astronomical alignments built into the architecture suggest not a loose tribe of foragers, but a coordinated society with knowledge, planning, and purpose. Something is missing from the official story, and Göbekli Tepe isn't alone. Just a few dozen kilometers away lies Karahan Tepe, a site that may prove even older. There, buried beneath the earth for millennia, archaeologists have uncovered rows of T-shaped pillars similar in style to those at Göbekli Tepe, but arranged in chambers that descend deep underground. One chamber contains a massive human figure carved directly from the bedrock, a life-sized being that gazes skyward through the stone. These aren't isolated anomalies. Across the region, a pattern is emerging. At sites like Sefer Tepe, Harbetsuvan Tepe, and others still unnamed, similar architectural themes and symbolic systems appear over and over. Someone or something was building massive stone structures with shared cultural codes across hundreds of kilometers long before the rise of Sumer, Egypt, or even Jericho. And yet, we don't even know their names. No written records survive. No known mythology, no oral tradition ties these places to any known culture. It's as if these sites were deliberately buried, not destroyed by war or weather, but hidden. At Göbekli Tepe, archaeologists discovered that each enclosure was intentionally filled in with debris, sometime around 8000 BC. Not looted, not eroded, but entombed. Why? Could this have been the final act of a dying civilization, trying to preserve their knowledge, or a ritual closure of sacred sites before an irreversible collapse? The possibility that these sites are the remnants of an unknown, advanced prehistoric civilization is gaining attention, not just from alternative researchers, but increasingly from serious scholars willing to question the status quo. The sheer manpower and planning needed to construct Göbekli Tepe challenges the idea that early human societies were small, scattered, and simple. There's a growing sense that history is incomplete, that our timeline of civilization is missing a chapter. And it's not just in Turkey. In the Amazon, LiDAR scanning has revealed massive urban-like structures hidden beneath the jungle canopy, including pyramids, road networks, and defensive walls. In Indonesia, Gunung Padang is being redated to possibly over 20,000 years old. In Siberia, at Shigir Idol, the world's oldest known wooden sculpture is covered in geometric symbols, suggesting abstract thought and cultural expression well before the rise of cities. The deeper we dig, the more it seems that we've forgotten something, a layer of human history wiped away by time, climate catastrophe, or global upheaval. The Younger Dryas event, around 12,800 years ago, brought sudden global cooling, megafaunal extinction, and rising seas that may have erased coastal settlements worldwide. Could it also have ended a forgotten civilization? For decades, the idea of a lost advanced culture, what some call Atlantis, others simply the ancestors of the ancients, was dismissed as pseudoscience. But now, with sites like Göbekli Tepe, that idea is no longer fringe. It's a legitimate mystery. What we see rising from the dust isn't myth. It's carved in stone, aligned with the stars, and buried beneath our feet. These were not scattered bands of primitive foragers. They were builders, astronomers, artisans, and they were doing it thousands of years earlier than anyone thought possible. So who were they? Until we find writing, we may never know their names, but perhaps their legacy lives on. In the myths of the Sumerians, the epics of the Mahabharata, the temples of Egypt, and the oral traditions of indigenous peoples worldwide who speak of sky gods, flood cataclysms, and golden ages long forgotten. In the end, the stones don't lie. They only wait to be understood.